I hate mini ravioli. I remember Papakin generously offered to make me food. I was sitting on the couch, but Papakin was like, "Oh, you hungry? You want anything?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, ravioli." And he was like, "Okay," like out of a can. And I was like, "Yeah, sure, thank you." And he goes and gets mini ravioli. I know. It's like they don't even care. Parents, right? Ah, parents, right, chat? Doesn't even know that I hate mini ravioli. So then I have to be like that. I have to be like that fucking lunatic, right? That's like, actually, that's mini ravioli. I don't like mini ravioli. I like the regular sized ravioli. And not like the extra stuffed ravioli. And not the cheese ravioli. I like the normal Chef Boyardee ravioli. And if it's not that, I just literally will not eat it. So, I'm like, oh, do we not have... autistic, ungrateful. So I'm like, do we have any of the normal ravioli? And he's like, what do you mean normal ravioli? And I'm like, ravioli that's not mini ravioli. And he's like, it's the same thing. And I'm like, yeah, but do we have the normal ravioli? And he's like, huh? And then Mama Kim walks in and she's like, she doesn't eat the regular ravioli or the mini ravioli. Does it change the flavor? It changes everything. I know this sounds psychotic because I know like it's mini ravioli. So realistically, it's like mini wheats versus like non-mini wheats. It's like, you know what I mean? It's like small Reese's Pieces versus big Reese's Pieces, but they do change. They do change because it's like the meat ratio per bite and stuff with the mini ravioli. Everything's just wrong. So the mini ravioli, it's more pasta and less meat. And the way that the mini ravioli is like shaped, the fact that it's like a tiny square versus a giant like plate that can hold like the sauce, it means that like you're getting like the thick globules of the sauce with way less meat and a lot more of the pasta, which just tastes strange. So it's just wrong. It doesn't taste good. Another issue with it is I like to eat my Chef Boyardee ravioli like in specific ways. I like to cut up. First of all, when you're eating Chef Boyardee ravioli, you have to split all the ones that are stuck together, right? It's okay if they microwave together, but you have to split them. Otherwise, they don't like, you end up with 2 layers of the pasta. They don't have sauce in between them, so you taste like the plain pasta a bunch. So first of all, you have to split all of the ravioli that's stuck together. The mini ones, they don't really get stuck together in my experience, but I don't eat them, so... I had them once, and I just couldn't do it after that. But after you're done splitting the Chef Boyardee raviolis, then the best way to eat them is if you put cheese on top, right? You have to kind of like pull the cheese to the side. It doesn't taste good if you mix the cheese all in. It's better if the cheese like remains like a solid piece. It like melts, right? But if you like stir it into the sauce just gets weird and kind of like kind of strange, kind of like acidic-y, kind of like irony. It's weird. So you move that off to the side, and you can cut it ahead of time. But what I like to do is I like to cut the ravioli, and then you like squish the ravioli up against the side of the bowl with your fork, right? To like cut it in half, and then you can like also slice and dice the cheese and kind of like layer that on top of the individual like half of a ravioli, and then you like dip the whole thing in the sauce so that way it's coated.
Mwah! Mwah! Okay, get out of here. Okay, bye-bye.